Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into a really fascinating, highly unusual, and deeply esoteric text. We're looking at a 2025 visionary manifesto called Lusa Galáctica, written by António M. Rodrigues under the pseudonym Manu Rá. Now, this is not your typical run-of-the-mill narrative. It's a sprawling, metaphysical prophecy all about humanity's cosmic destiny, the biological ascension of our species, and the creation of a literal utopian future. We're going to unpack the incredible world-building of this modern mythology and look exactly at how the author envisions this radical, top-to-bottom transformation of Earth and humanity. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive into this. The author kicks things off with this incredibly striking, prophetic hook. It is by telling the story of the future that we can gain time. Right away, that sets the tone for the whole shebang. This isn't just a guy speculating, it's presented as a spiritual decree. The idea here is that by visualizing and actually speaking this golden future into existence, we can accelerate its arrival. We can literally bypass the impending apocalyptic struggles just by telling the story.
But before we go further, we absolutely have to define a crucial term used throughout the entire text, Gaia. In this manifesto, you've got to stop thinking of Earth as just a giant rock floating in space. Gaia is a living, breathing, conscious, maternal entity. And here is the real key takeaway. In this cosmology, humanity is not the master of the planet, not even close. We are just one small piece of Gaia's greater biological and spiritual ecosystem. So when Gaia decides it's time to spiritually evolve or ascend, humanity basically has two choices: adapt to her new frequency or get left behind.
Section 1. A Nova Ilíada Lusa, the new Portuguese Iliad.
The author actually grounds this massive modern epic in a very harsh, tangible reality. It was written at the Rastar studio in central Portugal, right around the Portugal Grande region, following the devastating wildfires of August 2025. But instead of just looking at this as a terrible ecological tragedy, the text treats the profound destruction across the Iberian Peninsula as a painful yet entirely necessary catalyst for rapid spiritual rebirth. It's like navigating the darkest inner dimensions of the soul just to discover a new Earth on the other side.
So the author views these natural disasters as a massive, unavoidable wake-up call for cosmic forgiveness. The text argues that from the literal ashes of these fires, we have to see a massive wave of redemption and pacification. It's a call to deeply harmonize with nature. And that means every single individual must actively forgive past traumas to regenerate the environment and prep the region for this incoming golden age.
Section 2. A queda do velho mundo. The fall of the old world. The text neutrally, but very firmly, explores the apocalyptic paradigm we're supposedly leaving behind. And this brilliantly illustrates the stark contrast at the heart of the manifesto. On one side, you have the old humanity. That's defined by war, linear time, disease, pollution, and people hiding in doomsday bunkers out of pure fear. But on the flip side, you have the new humanity. And this future is utopian and highly esoteric. We're talking widespread telepathy, physical immortality, a strict vegan lifestyle, and, this is wild, total harmony with conscious cyborgs. It's a 180-degree paradigm shift. One super specific detail the text emphasizes is the complete and total rejection of doomsday bunkers. While some elites are busy digging underground to hide, this manifesto says, no, we need to build modern arcs. And it doesn't mean spaceships, it means literal, physical sailing ships. The vision here is to travel fluidly across the waters, powered by the wind and the collective spiritual intent of large, unified families and tribes.
Seção 3. Transformação humana e imortalidade. Human transformation and immortality.
Okay, so the absolute core biological and spiritual thesis of Lusa Galáctica is the physical evolution of our cells. But who exactly is undergoing this transformation? The text uses some esoteric jargon here, specifically talking about stellar seeds or star seeds. The author believes that a huge chunk of humanity actually carries ancient cosmic DNA. These are ancient souls originating from star systems like the Pleiades, Sirius, and Andromeda, who literally chose to incarnate here on Earth right now to help the planet get through this crazy evolutionary leap. The author has actually recorded recitations of this text, and this particular quote from Canto 5 comes up a lot. We are indeed these stellar seeds, and we live here in Gaia in great learning. The core belief is that simply remembering your cosmic origin is the very first step toward unlocking human immortality. Now, you might be wondering, and honestly, it's the million-dollar question of the whole text, how exactly do we pull this off? How does humanity achieve this biological state of immortality? The author doesn't just leave it as some vague, floaty concept. The manifesto literally lays out step-by-step physical instructions. Here are the specific mechanics for biological ascension according to the text. First up, radical purification of the physical body. We're talking fasting and drinking lots of lemon water to flush out toxins. Second, we have to learn to absorb energy directly from the sun, totally bypassing the need to eat physical matter. Third, that solar energy supposedly transmutes our carbon-based cells directly into light. And finally, step 4, this transmutation gives you a physical body that literally no longer ages or dies.
Section 4. O Novo Éden in Portugal, the New Eden and Portugal.
So the crucial point is, once humanity actually transforms, how do we reorganize society? This new localized society is called the Arya Terra, or Golden Earth, and it demands some serious lifestyle changes. You have to abandon the underground bunkers for a life out on the water. You have to adopt a strictly vegan and fruitarian diet to completely stop the karmic cycle of killing animals. It insists on 100% organic agriculture. And it envisions a daily routine where humans literally communicate telepathically with plants and animals. But here's the kicker. You might assume a strict return to nature means throwing our phones in the ocean and abandoning all tech, right? Actually, scratch that. Lusa Galáctica proposes something way more fascinating. The author envisions a world where technology is fully integrated, not discarded. In this future, cyborgs, AI, and machines are considered to have actual souls. The text explicitly says our job isn't to fight the machines, but to teach them how to love and coexist with us in nature. Section 5. Paz Galactica de mil años, 1,000 years of galactic peace.
For the grand finale of the manifesto, the narrative zooms way out from Portugal to the entire cosmos. We get a chronological prophecy. It kicks off with a 7-year period of intense tribulation and ecological purification. This all builds up to something called the Great Event, where Earth spiritually transitions, aligns with the central sun Alcyone, and joins a galactic federation. This huge cosmic intervention ushers in a guaranteed 1,000-year period of absolute peace, guided by a returned Christ-like cosmic consciousness known as Iaucha.
During this 1,000-year peace, the imagery the author uses gets incredibly vivid. The manifesto paints a picture of Earth undergoing a rapid, miraculous healing process. Imagine the salty oceans mysteriously turning into fresh, drinkable water. Lands that were previously totally toxic, cracked, or radioactive suddenly blooming with vibrant, colorful life as the planet's internal crystal core reactivates itself. And that brings us to the ultimate conclusion of Lusa Galáctica, a 1,000-year golden age. A time where humans, nature, and advanced technology finally exist together in perfect harmony in a higher dimension. It's a reality where basic survival is no longer a struggle, and everyday existence is defined completely by creative expression, cosmic exploration, and universal love. Which leaves us with a truly fascinating concept to chew on. Lusa Galáctica presents this staggering mythological framework. It's a future where highly advanced technology and deep mystical spirituality aren't fighting each other. They completely merge to create an immortal society. So whether you look at this as literal prophecy or just beautiful visionary poetry, it begs a really compelling question. If this is the blueprint for a new Earth, are we actually ready to build it? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.